Hi there. The last thought for the day that I wanted just to thank you all for the incredible love that you've shown me over the last few months when I've been having time off work due to illness. And you've probably noticed, if you saw that video, that I was sitting in a very similar place to where I'm sitting now. And I want to just talk to you a tiny bit about that today. Several weeks ago now, Tim and I, we went to Assisi on a pilgrimage to follow in the footsteps of St. Clare and St. Francis. And it was the most amazing time. And God spoke to me in several different ways, and some of what I kind of learnt and was touched by in that I might share with you sometime over the next few weeks. But one of the things I wanted to share today was my experience of meeting God in prayer caves. One of the things that St. Francis often used to do is he would take himself away to woodlands in which there were, in the rock, there were caves that he would go into, and he would sit and he would simply be quiet and he would pray. And we visited some of these woodlands when we were on our pilgrimage, and we were invited simply to spend time in the woods, just being and encountering God's presence. And on one particular occasion, it happened more than once actually, but this is the occasion I want to share with you today. We were in the woodlands, and I just was walking along, just being in the quiet. It was a beautiful sunny day. The wind was whistling a bit in the trees, as you can maybe just hear it now as I am in some other woodland. And I decided to go off the beaten track, so I left the path and I started just walking off the path down down a hillside, still in the woodland, where no one else I don't think had been. And on my way down there I discovered a cave. So I thought, well, I'm going to go in this cave. Francis went in caves and prayed, and I went in the cave and I just sat there, and I had this amazing experience of just feeling, I don't want to move, I don't want to leave, I need to stay here. We'd been given a certain amount of time, to go and do our own thing before we met back with the rest of the group. And for me, that was actually, I want to spend the rest of the time I've got just here with God. And that wasn't the first time that happened. It was an amazing experience for me of just being still. Not saying words, not even thinking thoughts particularly. Just noticing the sound of the wind, noticing what was in the cave, noticing the sunlight and the shadows flickering. Just stopping and being still and being aware, in a sense, of God's presence with me. It reminded me of those words about just wanting to sit with God and have Him sit with me, and doing no more. It was a beautiful experience. And I think what it left me with was that wanting to be intentional about when I came home to say, I need to go and I need to find my prayer caves where I can spend time to sit and to be in the presence of God. So I'm recording this now quite close to where the prayer cave that I have discovered is for me. I'm not going to show you where it is because I don't want lots of people coming to find me there because it's the place that I'm going to go intentionally to withdraw and to be with God. I think one of the things that's kind of struck me and I've learnt over this time of illness has been that fresh challenge that actually in all the things that I'm called to do and to be as a rector and as your rector, one of the key things actually is to pray. And part of what I've brought back from this pilgrimage is that intention to say before God and before others, I'm going to make it my intention to draw away, to spend time with God where no others are going to be, in the quiet, in the peace, where I can be with Him and He can be with me. And I guess the thought that I leave with you is simply this. That's my intention. My intention to find my own prayer cave. What's yours? Do you have an intention to find a way, to draw away, to be with God, that He can be with you? God bless.